Hi, this is Stacia, and today we're going to look at a training game that I played on leechess.org. Um, I've been making a run for 1700 on chess.com. Not sure why I chose leechess.org. I think it's because I played a 10-5 rapid game, and I wanted something a little shorter this time. But I think 10-5 is still good for some chess improvement. So let's have a look at the game. I had the white pieces. My opponent rated 2049 on Lichess, and I was rated 1951, by the way. Played e5, and after knight f3, they went for c6. So this is the Petrov defense, also known as the Russian defense. I'm usually not too happy to see this, to be honest, because I don't fully know what to do. I know I should take the pawn. I used to play that Petrov is black. And here they played the Stafford Gambit with knight to c6. Okay, so I've taken this knight in blitz games and got crushed. So I've been playing the move d4 quite often, which I don't think is correct. So we're going to look at this opening for a minute here. I think I would prefer to decline this gambit. I'm going to enlist the help of the computer, making sure that the window's still lined up, right? Okay, it is. Okay, I mean, taking is best. I think they take this way, and then if I just go, you know, I would not want to play d3. Let's say you play bishop c4. I mean, things get a little bit crazy. You can sack the pawn. Actually, I should just defend the pawn, right? This is the most natural move I can think of. But yeah, black gets an attack. I just know that before long there's like knight takes and check, and sometimes the bishop comes here. All right, I guess we're not learning that much here. What I really want to know is how I should decline this. Now I went knight to f3, which is a retreating move. I've played d4 in blitz games. I think this move is probably not good. I mean, I would expect knight takes e4. Computer says queen e7 is good. And knight c3, defending the pawn. And knight takes e5, taking anyway. Wait. Oh, knight takes e5, sorry. d5. Wait a minute. It literally says knight takes e5. And then it says white's winning. So why would it do that? Okay, so computer engine is acting weird. Yeah, it even says that there's been games like this and all of them were won or drawn by white. So I don't understand what the point of this is. This is apparently winning for black after queen d3. Just g3, and the computer says white's much better. All right, well, if you guys know anything about this Stafford Gambit, let me know. I'm probably going to watch a video on it myself. So let's look at how I did it, though. I played knight to f3 and allowed them to take the pawn back. And then I played knight to c3. So I would love for black to capture here. And then I get this structure, which is what I normally play in the Petrov. So my bishop's now open, and I could potentially play here and castle queenside and have a, have a good game, I think. But in the game, they played d5. Pretty interesting move. So I don't think I should take the knight, because then the pawn hits my knight with tempo and it helps black gain space. Yeah, it even says, even after queen e2, queen e7, Knight g1, black's winning. Yeah, I did not want to do this. So instead, I went bishop to e2. He went bishop e7. I castled, and I was really wondering here how to develop, because if I go d3, like let's say I don't castle yet and I go d3, which is a move I want to play, I thought, you know, I don't think I really want these double pawns. I would accept this if I got the 2 bishops, but my opponent also has 2 bishops. So I don't think I should allow this. So that's why I castled first. Otherwise, I wouldn't want to commit which side. And he castled. And now I came up with a creative maneuver. We'll see if it's any good. Yeah, knight to b5. So I'm spending a tempo to boomerang the knight over to the d4 square. The only problem is after knight takes and knight takes, there is c5 and black will have a nice center. So that's the downside to doing this. But I will maintain my pawn structure. So yeah, a6, and this actually does happen. I thought maybe c5 right away. Yeah, the engine agrees with that. Instead, rook to e8. Seems logical. Put the rook on an open file. And now I'm ready to play d3 because there's no doubling my pawns anymore. So he retreated. And bishop to f4. Very natural looking move. And here I was expecting c5. That was played. Probably should go knight f3. I don't see any point to going this direction. Looks like the knight's just offsides. So knight f3. h6. h3. I did that just to create a square for the bishop in case of knight h5. And now bishop to f5, rook e1, and bishop here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I actually think black is slightly better here because black has a better center, basically. Now, I didn't necessarily want to take the bishop, but I didn't see a better move. I think retreating is wrong, vacating that diagonal. And if queen e2, I was a little worried about something like this. Oh, the bishop's hanging though. So maybe this first. And then what to do? I guess I would go bishop f1, and then I was a little concerned about queen b6. It's just a little bit uncomfortable. I think black is threatening to take the pawn, and I don't want to play b3 because, okay, computer says it's the best move, but here's the thing. I have a light square bishop. I'm committing my pawns to light squares. That's already a bad idea. And I'm creating holes in my position. Maybe the queen can infiltrate. So computer says equal, but I think I actually do like black a little bit here. Okay. So I took the bishop instead. This does help black develop their queen. And then I went queen to d2. Toying with the idea of queen b6 and c3 to defend. But I went ahead. Oh, he decided to double rooks. Now, I'm not sure about this plan. Again, I think queen b6 might be a little more accurate. Computer says b6. I don't really understand that one. But yeah, I was going to play c3 here. Computer agrees. It weakens this pawn, but I can play for d4, I thought. So I think that's totally fine. But in the game, he attempted to double, and I just don't know that this works really, because I can just play bishop f1, and when he doubles, and this did happen, I can just trade. I don't see the problem with this. You know, now my rook comes over, and if he takes, which he did, I can now take with the queen or the knight. I think queen looks best because it seizes the e-file. So I did do that. And now d4. So I still like black a little bit. Black has a space advantage. Black is more active. My bishop on f1 looks a little bit sad. While the bishop on f5, it isn't great, but at least it's out. And the queen is centralized. So yeah, I do think black's a little bit better here, pushing for a win. Computer says equal. I mean, with perfect play, it's going to be a draw, sure, but this is chess. Okay. So I did play queen to e5. I don't necessarily want to trade queens that much, but I thought this does help me activate my knight. So that's the reason for this. He did take because it also attacked the undefended bishop. And I did take. And now this move, attacking my a pawn, so I moved it. I thought I should put it on a dark square, given that he has a light square bishop and that I have a light square bishop. King f8, so bring your king up in the ending. I would also love to play king f2, but as you can see, my king is sort of boxed in and my bishop is weird, so I was feeling a little worried here because I need to spend some tempos to coordinate better. And in the meantime, the black king can start marching up. So that is what happened. I played g3, bishop g2. It is the best move, according to the computer. But here comes the king. f4, defending the knight and creating a route for my king to enter the game. This move I don't understand at all. I think this is just a blunder. I guess we'll call it a blunder because it blunders a pawn. Computer gives b5 here. That's kind of what I was expecting. Was b5. It takes away this square from the knight. And maybe black can play for a c4 break. You know, seems reasonable. The other thing they want to do is get their king up, so I thought they might try this move. I was worried about this move, actually. Because if I try to bring my king up, it doesn't really help me. I feel like the black king is getting... Oh, I still have this grab. So he can't do that. Huh. Yeah, I kind of missed that. I missed that. But, so I guess this f-pawn is a little bit of a problem, basically. What about this, though? What about if he went here, here? Computer does like this. I was thinking knight in, but, I think this is the move. Just defend the pawn. And now the knight will get active and come to a very active square on e3. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. Bishop g2 though, and yeah, this move, I don't understand the point of this one. Maybe it was a mouse slip, but I don't know. I don't understand it. It blunders the f-pawn, so I took it. I mean, it blunders it with check even. He attacked the knight. Now I play a pretty bold move. Bishop takes b7. I thought this must be winning. It turns out it is. So the issue is he can't really take the bishop because he gets forked and he's 2 pawns down. But yeah, I'm going to escape. You know, I can just go here and the knight's not getting trapped or anything. And now I'm 2 pawns up, so he can't really take it. So I think that just wins a pawn. Bishop takes b7. Yeah, so he attacked my knight. I went here and he took the knight. I took the bishop. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy that my tactical awareness was there in the ending. Because even though he blundered a pawn, I think bishop takes b7 wins now. So now let's just see how my technique is. I started with bishop to b7 because, again, I think this is a very good square for the knight. I don't even know how I defend that pawn. I guess this is possible. But then my bishop is awfully passive. So I decided not to let the knight come in and just guard this square. So the king started coming up. What else is there? Now that he moved the knight, I was less nervous. You know, just bring my king up. Okay, attack my knight, so I'll move it. Or my bishop, rather. And then he went here, allowing a skewer, you know? Which just results in a trade, but now I'm 2 pawns up, so I think this is pretty straightforward. Yeah, and my opponent resigned. So I guess they just made a critical mistake when they dropped the pawn. What could we learn from this game, though? Well, I guess I learned that this Stafford Gambit, I need to figure out what to do against this in the opening because my opponent had an edge. And that edge continued all the way until the king got up, and all the way until this move. It really is all about this move. It's the one mistake of the game, and it cost them the game. So yeah, if here b5 instead, I think black is better, and I would have had a tough time drawing this even, I think. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this game. And I'll be back with more chess, probably on chess.com next time. All right, talk to you later. Bye.